Just like this. This will draw us 3 cards. We fill our hand. We attack with both of those here, because we gained 1 life here. Today we will suck the blood of our enemies. We are playing the almost original list of M20 vampires in Historic. Of course, that deck at that time was insanely strong, and I have reached Mythic with that deck with approximately 80% win rate at that time. Yeah, man, that deck was insanely strong. You had to run the Legion's End for Field of the Dead back at that time, but now that's gone. So I've made a few changes, like 2 cards, but nothing really, nothing big. It's essentially the same deck. But if you want a strong Historic deck that wins you a lot of games, go ahead and play this deck. This deck is, first of all, a lot of fun. It kind of plays itself. And yeah, it's just a powerhouse. Before we get into the deck explanation, as always, please make sure to smash the sub button to not miss my upcoming videos. My future plan is to release 10 Historic decks and then some Brawl decks before the Historic Anthology free drops. Of course, then we will probably jump back into Historic. Because, man, have you seen the spoilered cards? If not, leave a comment down below and I will link an article or some link that you can look up the first 2 spoilered cards. And let me tell you, man, they are no joke. It's looking pretty awesome for Historic, I have to say. And yeah, with that being said, let's jump right into the deck explanation. Alright everyone, we're in the deck builder, and if you have played M20 Vampires, this is pretty much exactly that list, except for a few little changes. 1 D-Spark, 1 Heartless Act, instead of the Legion's End, because you needed Legion's End at that time, because Field of the Dead was like on rampage. With Field of the Dead actually doing nothing, and I have not seen a single Field of the Dead deck in Historic yet. These are the changes I have made. So only these 2 cards have changed. The rest of the deck is pretty much the same as back then. And yeah, you want to basically turn 1 drop into a 2 drop, most optimally into a 3 drop afterwards, and drop your Champion of Dusk, draw a lot of cards, win the game. This deck is pretty simple. There are some intricacies to it and some like small decision making stuff that you have to consider. Do you drop the landing first? Do you drop the Sky Matcher first to maximize for damage? Yeah, and I guess some play patterns and decisions can occur. Like for example, do I drop the Sorin even though I don't have a big target, or do I drop another creature and maximize my damage potential? Like these kinds of things occur. But if you give this deck like 10 games, I promise you, you will wreck a lot of other decks, because this deck is just simply insane. It is really strong, and it kind of plays itself. It's that weird feeling when, you know, the cards align and the deck kind of plays itself. You have 1 drop, you play that. You have another one, of course you play that. You have 1 into 2 into 3, and then you drop the champion, and you will see that this deck just flows really well. The only thing you want to watch out for is to not get mana screwed. Alright, with that being said, that's I think enough for this deck to explain, and we will jump right into the awesome games that will come today. Alright, our first one is Caps Lock. And we have a pretty strong hand. This is probably a dream hand. We have a Legion's Landing on turn 1, we are first. We have a turn 3 Sorin. The only thing we're missing is a 2-drop. Ooh, there is a Lenovo Elf. Ooh, so that's our 2-drop. Exclamation marks. We attack here because I don't think he will trade. Bond of Flourishing, alright. And next turn we will Gilded Goose. Alright, next turn we will drop the Sorin. And the Champion of Dusk on turn 3. Just like this. This will draw us 3 cards. refill our hand. We attack with both of those here, because we gained 1 life here. Deal 2 damage there. Oh my god. Oh, Umuri, the collector. Coming down from my opponent here. I mean, we have the perfect answer for her. And the Lovestruck Beast. Alright, I guess we remove Umuri here. She is a pretty big threat. And then we buff up this Sky Marcher. We can even keep everything here, because at instant speed we could destroy the 1/1, so there is no chance of him blocking our 1/1. But I don't think that's worth it. I would much rather keep... Alright, so he blocks for the most amount of damage here. Doesn't remove the 1/1. And that's the most optimal thing, because then he loses his creature, we still have removal in our hand. So... yeah, even this won't do really anything for him. I'm just gonna show him that, yeah, he might have messed up here. He will take a lot of damage from our attack. Don't forget that we can drop the Phantom Seeker as well. So that will be 1, 2, 3 damage just for attacking with vampires. And then he can block 1 damage here. But I don't think he will do that. Alright, we ascended. We just flood the board from now on. Let's buff up the life linker. Let's attack with all of these 3. The Phantom Seeker triggers 3 times, deals 3 damage. Man, vampires are amazingly strong. Yep, we are up to 26 life. We don't have any instant speed in his end step. Oh, good thing we didn't keep removal. Because against that thing, we cannot do anything at all. Anyways. So, I think we just have lethal here. Just by attacking and then activating Sorin. He can kill off here, but just from the attack, so I guess he's dead. So that's 2, 4, 7. Yeah, even if the 3 weakest creatures come through, he's dead. And then we could have still minus Sorin here. And deal 3 damage. Pretty straightforward win. Vampires for the win. Alright, our next opponent is Jeskai. I probably butchered that name. We don't have Sorin, but we have a really strong curve if we find some more aggressive drops. So let's go ahead and just drop the landing first. Alright, Temple of Silence. Also Ores of Colors here. Could be Esper as well, we don't know yet. Alright, we want the land drop. Keeping a 2-lander is probably fine. But it might turn out not fine here in our case. Alright, he has a land drop and a Mind Stone. And we missed the land drop. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, next turn if we find the land, we have 4, so we could kind of save ourselves in this situation. If there is a Cry of the Carnarium, we are just gonna scoop this one. Or a Ritual of Soot. Doom Foretold. Alright, I think we can deal with that actually. So what are we going to sacrifice here? We are in a tricky situation because we cannot activate the landing anyway. We have to sacrifice a non-token permanent. That means we cannot flip it. So we might as well get rid of it. And that was a smart choice, because now we can attack for the most amount of damage. My opponent has to sacrifice something now. He will sacrifice his Mind Stone. Alright, we will lose our Aspirant here. If we just find one land, we are fine. My opponent plays another Mind Stone, alright. And an Oath of Kaya. That sucks. Yeah, that is really bad for us. Because now we have to sack the Adento Vanguard. Yeah, but we find a land. That's huge still. Even though it's very late. We will put a Vampire into play. It's gonna be the champion. We're gonna draw 2 cards here. And we find another land. Perfect, perfect. So now we are in a pretty good position, even though we have to sacrifice either Sorin or the champion to the Doom Foretold. I think this is still looking really good. We have enough lands now to play our hand and play magic, which is great. And that means... Alright, so we don't even have to decide what's gonna die to the Doom Foretold. My opponent will just decide that for us, so the champion will be sacrificed to the Doom Foretold. But he's running... he's getting pretty low on cards. And that's really good for us. So... I guess we drop a Johnny here. Just to milk the most amount of value. And let's get something back. We get back... a Vanguard, I guess, because we can sacrifice that to the Doom Foretold. And when he tries to remove it with something that says destroy, we can make it indestructible to guarantee that a Johnny sticks. And next time we can develop 2 more creatures. So does this trigger when... No, only Planeswalker, so I can attack his face. And I will. Very good. Will he sack his Mind Stone? He will sack his Mind Stone. Alright, that means his Oath of Kaya is also gone. Alright, but he has 4 cards again in his hand. And he could activate the Castle Locked Wayne. I guess there is no rushing him down. Oh, that's really good. So the only thing he can target is the token here. Great. So we have something to sacrifice to the Doom Foretold here. And we will sack the Vanguard here. Alright, let's develop some stuff now. First we draw with the Dusk Legion Seal-Lot, and then we will drop 2 1-drops. And we will get back a Vanguard here with the Ajani. So, you have a really great target for his Doom Foretold. Yeah, we out-sacrificed our own stuff for against a deck that is specifically built to sack stuff. Alright, pretty awesome stuff. Alright, our next opponent is Dawn Alzira. Pretty awesome name, sounds pretty epic. But this is the god hand. Depending on our first draw, this might get even better from here. We have early removal for something fishy or something that annoys us. We are first. That's like a huge win bonus. So this is essentially our 1-drop against his 1-drop if he has one. Yeah. So Soul Warden, that's pretty dangerous card. If you play against mono white life gain, Soul Warden is a card to look out for. Yeah, she is really strong. Tapped. Secluded Stab, that's really good for us. Because that will gain us so much tempo here. It's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. Put the Champion of Dusk on the battlefield, of course. He gains some life, but we will draw some cards and let's smack his face. If he decides to block, we activate the Vanguard anyways. Alright. So now he has 3, and there is a Heliod. Alright, so whenever he gains life now, I can put counters on stuff. So what is the play here? I want to get rid of the Soul Warden. I think I'm just gonna cast it down here. That seems pretty worth. And then we're gonna drop a Legion's Landing. And let's plus the Sorin to give the Vanguard a counter and lifelink. And let's smack for 8 damage. Man, this vampire deck is so strong. Yeah, this is doing nothing at all. Nothing. We even have the perfect answer to that. Let's get rid of that. And another win. Yeah, this deck. Man. Alright, our next opponent is Laxley. That is an awesome name. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This is still a keepable hand. Even though we are second. We have all the right things at all the right time. Let's develop a Legion's Landing first. Next turn we're gonna shock in a Godless Shrine, develop 2 more 1-drops. And all we need from there is a Sorin and we win. Kroxa. Yeah, of course. Let's discard 1 Legion's Landing here. Oh man, I messed up here. We're gonna still pay the life though. Yeah, we should have dropped the planes. Next turn we can flip the Legion's Landing if everything stays on the board. Oh. Oh. I mean, he can discard me some cards. I'm actually discarding the planes here. I want to have as much pressure as possible. And to accomplish that, probably a misplay. We should have probably, now that I think about it, we should have probably discarded the champion. But I was like, yeah, this transforms anyway. But yeah, with this we would have been up to 4 lands. And potentially 5 on our next turn. If we draw a land now, I'm gonna be real sad. No, we don't. And now it turns out we did the right thing all along. Because this way we maximized for damage. And now my opponent needs a board wipe or we have won the game. Yeah, he has one. Pretty good, but he still lost the game. I mean, not lost, but that didn't destroy and get rid of everything. We still have the Vanguard. He's down to 1 life. And he needs to exile these, so he needs a Cry of the Carnarium, or else this man is dead. Of course, you cannot shock this in. The Devil, you can try, man. I'm gonna pay for it, and he's dead. And another win for the deck. By the way, at this point I need to clarify, the first loss of this deck was because I instantly conceded because I had the wrong pet for the video and the wrong avatar. So, yeah. If that shows up in the statistics on Arena Pro, don't don't believe in it. This deck is insanely good. We play against Don Alzira again in our last match. We have... This is not a hand we can keep. I mean, if we would find one black source of mana in our opener, this hand would be absolutely insane. But I don't think we risk this. This hand is even worse. Yeah, this is a keepable one. We toss away these two. And we start with a Godless Shrine. Now remember, we mulligan to 5. Alright, Healer's Hawk. Alright, we will play this slow. Let's start with the Knight of the Even Legion here. This is a game we might actually be able to lose. Just because of the fact that we have mulligan to 5. But sometimes you have to mulligan to 5. Yeah, I feel like he also... Yeah, he really deserves like to win one. Because we play like this immensely strong vampire deck. Sometimes that deck seems pretty unfair. Yeah, we cannot block here. And his Pridemates get out of hand pretty quickly. So yeah, and we draw even more lands here, which is really bad for us. I mean, what does attacking really do? Nothing. A Ranger of Eos. Alright, now he will search his deck for some 1-drops. You will see what those are. I guess more Ascendants. Oh, yeah. That's a pretty good combination of cards to get here. Only attacks with the Healer's Hawk. I guess that's pretty... That's playing it safe. Oh. I mean, with this card, we might have a chance. We get 2 Sorins. We have a Sanctum Seeker. An Ascendant, like the Sky Marcher. Yeah, not the draws we want, really. But it's fine. Soul Warden coming down now. This will get really scary. If we would have drawn some removal for the Pridemates. At this point we need to remove the Soul Warden first. Soul Warden is #1 threat here. Yeah, he attacks with the Pridemate. That's the right call. He needs to build up pressure here. Alright, so what do we do? I guess he can just sacrifice this to give something protection from something. So that means all of my blocks are pretty meaningless, because we can just give something protection. I mean, losing 4 life is better than losing 7, so we will lose 4 here. Then we will block this. This is free. And I guess we block this with the Knight of the Even Legion. So he sacrifices the bounty to give this protection. Yeah, That was pretty weird. He gains a ton of life though. We can get rid of the Soul Warden here. Oh no, we should have probably... No, it's fine. Let's sacrifice this to get rid of that. Let's drop another card here. You of course cannot attack here. Yeah. I think it's pretty safe to say that we have lost this one. Yeah, my opponent also knows that. We have to block both of these. And then we can probably kill off. I mean, killing one Ascendant is pretty valuable. Because they are way stronger than the Eos in a few seconds here. Giving the Chani life. So killing the Ascendant was pretty close. Oh my god, this works like that? So now we didn't even kill the Ascendant. Pretty awesome triggers, I have to admit. Let's drop another card here. Yeah, we are so dead. Yeah, let's just buff up the champion. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed this this deck. As you can see, it can lose, but it is really insanely strong. If you have a turn 1 into turn 2 into turn 3 combo with this deck, you have won the game almost 100% of the time. We are going to die to this life gain deck now, and I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. I hope you're healthy, and we will see us in the next one. Bye!